Hey, welcome to another Human Design for Business Q&A session. If we haven't met, I'm Lise, founder of Hustle and Groove, and I help creative entrepreneurs create daily sales without social media and using human design to zone in on the things that make things easy and fun for you. And today I want to talk to you about not necessarily a question that was submitted by you guys. So don't forget to do that if you want me to answer a question for you, but more a question that came up last week on Voxer Coaching Day with one of my beautiful Projector members. This particular member, we have been working together for 2+ years, and she was talking about the fact that she was just extremely frustrated about how slow things had been going for her. So I thought I would share some insights and wisdom with you based on what we discussed, to also give any other projectors out there permission to not work all the time. Now, for clarity, she is a projector with emotional authority. So this is the layer that can add quite a big nuance to the way that you show up in your business, to the way that you actually get stuff done. So if you're a projector with emotional authority, turn your ears up, because this is going to help you understand a little bit more about what this generally actually looks like for you to be successful in business. So the conversation that we were having last week with my beautiful member was that she was just like, oh, every time I talk to you each week, Lise, on Voxer Coaching Day, I feel like I've done nothing. So I wanted to reframe that, because done nothing is never true for any projector, because you guys actually get so much done. You just don't need the same amount of time that the rest of us do, right? For me to get a whole bunch of stuff done, because I tend to jump around all over the place and I have multiple things going on at any given time, it literally takes me double the time that it would for you to actually do the thing that you're doing. And so what I wanted to help reframe was, you do not need to be working all the time. That was the other layer to this, was that my member was saying, she goes, I feel so guilty when I'm not working, when I'm not moving stuff forward. But she said, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, like I'm emotionally spent. I can't force myself to do things. And if I do force myself to do things, I end up feeling worse. And the thing that I end up creating through that is not great. So this is the deconditioning process for projectors, and particularly if you have emotional authority, that you have to consciously work on. And that was the other conversation that we had, and that I said to her, was that you have to be consciously aware of the times that you're stepping into that murkiness, that feeling that, oh, I'm not moving things forward. Because the reality is, as a projector, you are designed to play and rest more than you're designed to work. And the reason for that is because when you do work, you get so much more done, particularly in your focused time blocks, right? And I'm a huge fan of encouraging you to figure out what that looks like. You've got heaps of flexibility. There's no right or wrong time of day for you to do that, but you will get so much more done when, one, you know what you're focusing on, and two, you just do it when you have the energy to do so, not because you have to, because the normal, and what is normal these days, but the normal way of running a business is, working 9 to 5 and having to be in front of your computer doing all the things, when that is just not true. So every single week, it is a constant reframe for this member to get out of her head. Now, this is very important for you. If you have an open head center, you're going to experience a lot more pressure up in here to always be doing stuff, right? It's going to constantly be telling you, you can't rest, you can't go off and play. You've got this thing to do on your to-do list. But here's the thing, if you release the need to do things the way that everybody else does them, and instead you focused on just simply doing the things that are easy and fun for you, and knowing what your priorities are when you do have that energy, right? When you do sit down, you go, you know what? I'm actually super excited to focus on creating my podcast. I'm super excited to set up this email funnel. I'm super excited to start pitching people about being on their podcast, right? Anything like that, anything where you're thinking, oh, I have to get this done. So it also comes down to timeframes and deadlines. Those should be movable and flexible. You can absolutely sit down and create a deadline and create a timeline as long as you allow yourself the ability to adjust it, because nothing is set in stone and it never should be for you as a projector. So I hope that's helpful. The two biggest reframes are, I don't need to do all the time, right? I don't need to be working all the time. I don't need to feel guilty because I'm not working. Because the reality is, if you lean in and do what you're designed to do, which is to rest and play more than you're designed to work, you will actually find that over time you get so much more done the more that you rest and the more that you play. It's pretty amazing, right? I'd love that to be the thing that I could do. And that's exactly what you're here to do also, is give people permission to do the things that they want to do. And you're a guide, right? Whatever your authority is as a projector, that is your unique special source. You're here to guide people. And so that's the other layer that I said to this beautiful member, because she has emotional authority. She's very in tune with her emotions, and she's always talking about how she's feeling and how she's experiencing things and what she does when she's in her emotional waves and all of those things, that people are attracted to that, because we all need emotional regularity, right? We all need to be able to know how to do that, because there are 50% of us walking around with an open solar plexus, which means that we don't have the inherent ability to regulate our emotions. We're literally receiving everybody else's. So by her showing and sharing what she's doing and how she manages that, she is literally empowering her people to do the same thing, which incidentally is what her business is all about. So don't be afraid to do the things that excite you, to share your insights, knowledge, and wisdom based on what you feel you want to share with the world. Just know that you're not designed to speak to one specific person unless they invite you to do so. So really important to do that. So if you're watching this and you're a projector and you've got any projector questions, particularly about what it looks like to run your business as a projector, then I'd love to answer any questions that you've got. Feel free to drop them in the link below, and then I will feature you or feature your question, because I never share anybody's names, in an upcoming Q&A session. Okay, lovelies, thanks so much for being here. I will see you in the next video.